Good morning, my fellow humans. My name is Sharice Ross, and I am a former Christian. I have been a Christian for almost 29 years, and both of my parents were pastors. So, this is what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about why I'm glad I did not go to church today, because the church leader, the church Sunday school teacher, he wanted to talk about 1 Timothy 2:9. And in 1 Timothy 2:9, that's the scripture verse that talks about a woman is supposed to be quiet. She is supposed to learn in submission. She's supposed to dress modestly, which is fine. Dressing modestly is good. But it's saying that women should be quiet. Women should not have authority over a man, but they can be saved through childbirth. That's basically what 1 Timothy 2:9 says, okay? So these are the kind of verses that kind of messed up my self-esteem when I was a younger woman and when I was a teenager and child. These verses bothered my self-esteem. It did not make me feel good about myself. It made me feel like I was someone who was less than, So I did not go to church with my husband. Now, this church is a white Baptist church, a white evangelical Baptist church. And my husband, he feels comfortable going there because he's a Christian, he's a man, and he's white. And so these kind of churches don't really bother him. That scripture verse doesn't put him down. He's comfortable. Okay, he's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, German-American man. He feels comfortable in those churches. I do not feel comfortable in those churches. Number one, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in what they teach. I don't believe in putting down women. I'm a woman, and I'm already black, so these people used to have issues with black people, with the curse of Cain and the curse of Ham. I had to deal with that when I was a little kid. And I became an atheist after a few years after my marriage, after I had been married for a couple of years. Now, my husband, he was surprised that I became an atheist, but we decided to stay together just as long as we respect each other. But he's allowed to go to church and do his thing, and I'm allowed not to go to church so that I don't get my feelings hurt when the church talks about the woman's second status position, okay? So my husband, he goes to his adult Bible study, and the good thing is everybody's white. That's good. So there's 10 white women and 8 white men there, and they bring up this horrible scripture verse about the woman's place. The woman needs to be quiet, and the woman should never teach a man. It's a very sexist verse. So I asked my husband, I said, how did these women feel about this verse? And so he said that one of the women, she wanted to talk about Deborah. Deborah is a woman in the book of Judges. And Deborah, she was a leader. She was a judge, and she had authority. And the men and the women were listening to her because she was a judge. Now, the Baptist church and some of these other misogynistic churches, they don't know how to handle the story of Deborah, this woman leader. They don't know how to deal with her, so they don't talk about her that much. So this woman, I understand she had to talk about Deborah to make herself feel better, because if these women don't talk about the other women leaders in the Bible, then they will feel bad and they might not want to go to church anymore. So if a woman wants to stay a Christian within these conservative, evangelical, white Baptist churches, they have to try to, make themselves feel better by saying, what about Deborah? What about Deborah in the Bible? Or what about this other woman leader in the Bible? They have to do that. What about them? And then another woman at the Bible study, she said that she does not believe in that scripture verse. she said she does not believe, and she said that in Bible study. And so they're all white, they're having this discussion, and I am so glad I was not there, because yes, I am a woman, at least the white women don't have the second mark against her with being black, it's crazy. Actually, I do not believe that black women have a second mark against them, but when I was a teenager, these white Baptist churches made it seem like that being black and being female, you're kind of at the lower level of humanity. As you can see, I should not be there. I'm glad I was not there. I'm glad I did not go to church. I'm glad I did not get my feelings hurt about being born female. And I'm glad that those other people had that discussion. And anyways, the last thing I want to say is religion and Christianity, they're supposed to lift you up. And if they're not, if your religion does not lift you up, then you're a part of the wrong religion. If your religion does not encourage you, if they make you feel uncomfortable because of your ethnicity or your gender, then that's not a good religion. Okay, this is how I think about religion. This is how I think it should be. I think religion should make you feel uplifted. I think it should encourage you, and I think it should not make you feel less than because of your gender. So that's basically what I had to say today. I can't believe that there's people in 2024 still talking about the women issue, but as long as people believe in the Bible, they're always going to have that issue. I don't believe in the Bible, so I don't have that issue at all. So hooray for me. All right? All right. Goodbye.